Hey everyone, welcome back to the Might and Magic 6 Completionist run. Gotta be a bit quick right here in the beginning because the first thing I'm gonna do is fly over to the northwest corner of the map because between episodes I discovered that I have not in fact totally cleared this area in the previous video. Which is okay, I had already cleared it before, so it's not necessary to do from a completion perspective, but I do... Let me make sure I have the right spells set up. I don't.
Okay.
But I do want to clear it just because it would feel nice, and also because Titans, and especially Supreme Titans, give a ton of experience. These enemies, by the way, are the ones, I guess you could consider them guarding the, that guy didn't even last long enough for our meteor shower to come down. These guys are the ones guarding our out-of-bounds chest. Now, what's the time right now? 4:05. I had wanted to open the chests, but we're running a little bit low on time, and I do want to open all the chests together. You know what? Let's do that at the end of this video. What I want to do right now is, I want to teleport to Whitecap. Because I want to talk... Oh god, if I can even remember where to go. I want to talk to you a little bit about training, and specifically how long training takes in terms of in-game time. And I'm saving this for now because prior to this, it had never been super important or super relevant, and also because I had forgotten or perhaps never fully understood how it worked. I kind of started getting a handle of it later on and kind of tried to use it to my advantage for, you know, the druid stuff, you know, advancing time so that we're closer to the equinox or solstice or full moon or whatever. But I didn't really remember exactly how it worked. And in between episodes, that's one of the things I did, was figure out exactly what the deal is with how much time advances based on how you do your training. So I think I've already saved outside the training hall, yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to train...
Who needs training?
Well, first of all, it's 28th of April, and
Who needs training?
if you just go in and go out without training, nothing will happen. I'm just gonna load this again to save some time. If you do train, though, let's train one character one time. Doesn't matter which character. Let's train, sure, Roderick once.
Hey, way to go!
And it now says 8th of May. That's a bit confusing because all months in this game are 4-week months, meaning they're all 28 days exactly. So what this is telling us is that 8 days have advanced by training once.
Who needs training?
And if we
Hey, way to go!
train you once again, we can now see that it's the 16th of May. And indeed, anytime you enter and start a training session, that's how long it takes. Now what happens
Who needs
if
training?
we train you twice?
Hey, way to go!
Will 16 days have gone by? No, in fact, we can see 16 days have not gone by. Only 8 days have gone by since the previous session. So the way this works is that once you go in,
Training.
once you pay training for someone, 8 days have already gone by, and no matter how long your training session takes, whether you're only training one character once or every single character to their full potential, it's gonna take 8 days. Now some people will use this or not use this, but rather see this as a way to minimize the amount of in-game time that's advanced. And that's totally fair. If you want to minimize that while still training your characters, you should absolutely just train them all in one go. But for the purposes of this playthrough, because frequently we are waiting for time to pass, for regions to reset, occasionally for quest objectives to become available, we are going to be using the fact that we can prolong the amount of time it takes to train. For instance, one thing we could do is
Who needs way
train
to go?
like this. Just go in,
Hey, way to go.
train one person once, go out,
Hey,
train
way
one
to
person
go.
once, go out, and as you can see, a lot of time has gone by doing that. That is what I'm gonna do at least a few times to bring us closer to areas like Paradise Valley, Hermit's Isle, and Dragonstand resetting, so that we can do them multiple times and, you know, shoot up even further in experience and levels. What I'm going to do for now, though, is I'm going to load the save from before I started doing any training, because the start of this episode is going to be me kind of doing this fancy footwork, but I can't get carried away doing that. One reason is, if I cast my beacon, you'll see these 3 beacons are about to expire. So 2 training sessions will mean that they are no longer available. So I'm gonna have to refresh them. And the other thing I'm gonna do is, between training sessions, 8 days go by, that's more than enough time for shops to respawn. So I'm gonna go around and check out the stores, especially the magic shops in Freehaven and maybe even Castle Ironfist, and also the stores in Paradise Valley, because they can sell you high tier items. And I'll see if they have anything interesting for me. Prior to this, I've been kind of relying on just finding good items, because my philosophy was, you know, I need to save money and I don't want to spend money on anything that I could potentially find. But I think we have enough money that we can stop worrying about that. So that's one thing I'm going to do. The other thing, of course, I'm going to be on the lookout for alchemy ingredients. So I'll be doing that, but because one way to think about
Training.
anything that
Hey, way to
puts
go.
you 8 days forward in the future is that it's essentially something like
Who needs hey, way to go.
advancing 1 day of the week at a time. So we went from Monday to Tuesday,
Who need, hey,
and we
way
go
to
from
go.
Tuesday to Wednesday. There is something important that I'm gonna do when we hit Wednesday. So all of this long-winded opening exposition was to say that I'm gonna be doing training off-screen. I guess I'll train each character once per session, because we have enough levels to gain that I'm not gonna be having to scum that too often. And in between those 3 sessions, I'm gonna be running around, seeing if I can find anything interesting in the other towns. And of course, I will also be refreshing all of my Lloyd's beacons. So I'm gonna put this video on pause, and when we are off pause, we will finally be ready to do the very important thing once we are on a Wednesday, alright? So I will see you shortly. Alright. Done training everyone 3 levels. By the way, I didn't mention this earlier, I really should have, but the reason I'm training in Whitecap now is that because we've hit level 40, our previous training academy, which I think was in Silver Cove, it only goes up to level 40, so the next one, I think, that goes from 40 to 50 is at Whitecap. So we're gonna be training there at least for a while. We do have a lot more levels to gain. I haven't spent any of the skill points, by the way. Everyone still has those. And one other thing I wanted to show you is I'm finally done with my very odd alchemy goal. I have sitting in here right now exactly 38 potions of rejuvenation, and within a couple of episodes I'll show you what I need to do with those. For now though, I had told you that when it is Wednesday there will be something important to do, and indeed there is. For that we're gonna have to go to Silver Cove. And we have to find the ship, which is to our west, and we're gonna make a voyage by sea to a place that we haven't seen yet. That is, if memory has served me correctly, and this is indeed the correct ship and the correct day to do this. I'm just gonna save right here.
Welcome aboard.
Indeed, it is the correct ship and the correct day. It says go to Island North. Well, let's click there. I mean, that's a very vague name for a destination.
Raise the flag and hoist the sail.
Stephen could do with the, updating his, just, like a bit more of a descriptive itinerary wouldn't go amiss. But we are now, if I pull up my map, in the eel-infested waters. And what am I doing here? One very specific thing. Now, there are lots of things we could do here. There are dungeons, there are shops, there are different monsters to fight. We see here rather odd-looking creatures that all have something to do with the fellow by the name of Agar. I'm trying to find the third variant. Okay, so Agar's pet, Agar's monster, and Agar's abomination are the three versions of that in order of strength. Another thing we see in the distance is I'm gonna get a bit closer to show you. This is a sword in a stone. Now, technically, if I cast Day of the Gods, and if I used these might items, might enhancing items, I could actually pull that sword out of the stone, because you need to pass a check of 200 might, and that'll be enough to do that. But I'm not gonna do that. It would be a pretty anticlimactic way of doing that, because that is one of the artifacts that we are gonna be getting, one of the scripted artifacts that we're going to be getting later in the game. And I want to save that, at least do it in a more satisfying way. I think what we're going to do is we'll come back here, we're going to clear out the eel-infested waters, as we do with each location we go to. We got to clear it out at least once. And getting that sword from that stone will be I'll consider it our prize for full clearing this area. The reason I came here was to visit this gentleman, Kiloni the instructor. And what he can do is, for free, for no cost, he will teach anyone who is eligible to become master in light magic. Now, you need to have already become expert, so you need to at least have put 4 points, or raised that skill to level 4. But once you reach that, he will make you master in light.
Okay.
Now, of course, Serena has much more than 4 points in that skill, mainly because that is a very useful skill. And I'm right now aiming to raise her to 20 in that. And she's going to keep on raising that as we progress through. But now I'm in Blackshire. Why am I in Blackshire? Because now, finally, having gotten all of this preliminary running around out of the way, I'm gonna do... you can't become Master Mace just yet. That's okay. We're now actually gonna do the main
Hello.
action-oriented thing for this episode. And for that, I need to find the person
Hello.
who gives this quest. Okay, here we go. Joanne Kravitz. If we talk to her, she says her husband Emmanuel went to Star Island and has disappeared. That island, let me pull up the map, is this island. And I guess they call it Star Island because the lake around it is vaguely star-shaped. Looks a bit like a shuriken, if you ask me. You know, one of those ninja throwing stars. But anyway, the place she's talking about is at the center of this island. She says her husband vanished there, and she also says that it is the home of Medusas, or rumored to be a place where there are Medusas. By the way, before I go there, I didn't really find anything interesting, sadly enough, when I was going around looking for stores. All I really found was ingredients, and sometimes even the magic shops have potions, and that helped me a lot get all of these. A couple things that I did buy were spells, because I was like, might as well get them anyway. This is an earth magic spell.
Okay.
This is another earth magic spell.
Okay.
This is a water magic spell.
Yes.
Most of those aren't useful. In fact, I doubt Alexis is ever going to cast Water Walk. But being the completionist I am, I do want everyone to have at least every single basic spell. From every single basic school that they're eligible for. The only exceptions will be light and dark, because you are going to be the only person focusing on light, you are going to be the only person focusing on dark. And the way those two spell schools work, it makes sense to have one person specialize and put a lot of points into them, rather than splitting them in between the two. Now, what I've done is, I'm outside this area, I save my game there, and I'm gonna cast me some Bless, I'm gonna cast me some Heroism, we're gonna save again, now we're gonna go inside. Now this is a very interesting location, the Temple of the Snake. Right away,
Hey, I got a bad feeling.
right away, Zoltan is a bit apprehensive, and I don't blame him. This is an, as I said, interesting and somewhat unique environment. And I don't know if you can hear it. I'll be quiet, but you know that swishing sound. Well, you can't hear it over the sound of the Medusas. But there is a sound indicating that there is a constantly firing trap somewhere inside this dungeon. And one of the things that makes this dungeon difficult, you can't interact with them, but it has peasants. And if you kill them, you get the same penalty as if you'd killed a peasant inside town. And we are currently holding onto two different ranged items with Carnage as their special effect. So, if we are not careful, these peasants will die at our hands. In fact, we are really the only persons who can kill these peasants, because in this game, I don't think enemies are scripted so that they can do damage to the civilians roaming around. It's only you who is able to kill them. So how am I gonna fight these Medusas who are trying to bear down upon us? Well, I'll get immediately we see why it's a challenge to be in this area. Do you even have Stone to Flesh? You don't. Well, I guess it's gonna be a scummy kind of dungeon, because I've already gotten here. I don't want to fly all the way to Freehaven. Alright, let's... Spells fired at us we can take. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in close, fire off a couple shots. Not fire off a couple shots, but land a couple hits in melee, and then move back. We can take their ranged attacks, no problem. It's annoying damage, but we can handle that. What we can't handle is them coming close to us and turning us into stone. So we've taken down a couple of them. This is probably gonna be the most annoying room, because not only does it have these Medusas, but it also has a civilian roaming around. There are quite a few civilians, if I remember correctly, in this area. Found a crown? Is this any good? No, but you know what? That's okay. We can enchant it. In fact, let's enchant it right now. Yeah, sure. Got another 1100 gold onto its price, which is nice. Alright, civilian in an otherwise empty room. And is this the... Okay. Here is the constantly firing trap. I thought it maybe was going the other way, but no, it originates here and then goes that way. Alright. I'm gonna save here, and I'm gonna... After the trap fires, run here. And we have a room with a couple of chests. We should be able to open these, but just in case... Oh man, I should have come here before I did all the alchemy stuff, because these ingredients would have helped. I'm not interested in any of this. What I am gonna do is, of course, take the club, throw it on the ground. In this, all we get is gold. Gold in amounts that honestly aren't even that exciting to us anymore. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna preemptively start casting Shared Life, because Roderick does have some regeneration on his mana. And I'm gonna, with you, now that you have Power Cure, and... Well, I'll wait until everyone is damaged. Now, I'm a bit apprehensive going into this next area, and if you've played this game, if you know what this dungeon is like, you probably know why I'm... By the way, we're taking damage every time we walk back and forth, because I think you're scripted to take damage, and maybe you can avoid it by having a high perception skill. Some of the scripted traps in the game work this way. So if I go forward over here, you see there is a gold dragon inside, and you've broken something.
That's beyond my skill.
You can fix it,
It's fixed.
but I still don't like the fact that we took that damage. So what am I gonna do? I am gonna kill this gold dragon. And what is the best way to kill it? Well, had it been outdoors, we would be able to take it down with Starburst.
Okay.
We're indoors. We can't do that. We need to do something else.
Okay.
Sadly, you don't have Incinerate. That's another thing I should have bought before I came here. But I'm not gonna leave and go, no, it's not my style. I'm gonna save again. You know what, I am gonna cast Power Cure just once. Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna take some shots at it and then run back. And let's see, where is he? He's right there, okay. I think the way to take him down is gonna be, but I apologize if you can hear that. There seems to be a power tool operating somewhere close to my window, by what I can only assume is the neighbors. But it seems to have stopped for now, so hopefully it doesn't bother us too much. So I'm gonna take this guy down. I'm gonna wait for the trap to fire, poke my head out, launch in a couple of shots, and then go back. unfortunately, we're gonna take a bit of damage just from walking back and forth. I'm gonna cast Shared Life again as soon as you're able to. I'm gonna cast another instance of Power Cure, and we're gonna keep on doing this. Alright, alright. Any day now. I'm just gonna... Whoop, I'm gonna see how much health you have left. Quite a bit. You're not looking at me, which is good for me, because... Because that meant I got a few free hits at you while you decided what you were gonna do. Okay. Okay, okay. Surely you are close to death. Not close enough. And you've taken a hit.
There's nothing I can do.
You can't. Of course you can't.
Fixed.
But you fixed it. That's good. Am I gonna have to retreat already? Power Cure. Alright. How am I gonna try and salvage this? Oh, well, wasting... Well, I didn't waste that implosion. It hit him. I guess just enough of him was visible so that I was able to do that. We're gonna have to... Okay, that was not how you do it. Alright. Now I think we are stretched very thin. Cast me some Power Cure. And if I make an area transition now, we are, going to pay the penalty of, okay, seems at this angle, his...
Oops.
This angle, his shots can't hit us. Oh boy, okay. This is a bit of a predicament. How am I gonna take this guy down? We've done a lot of damage, but we seem to be coming up slightly short. And hopefully Zoltan has a bit of mana regeneration, because I'm sensing the need to portal to safety after we get this guy down. Oop, oop. Okay. Some of our shots were going into the wall, which was... Okay, we're gonna have to... Shared life again? Oh boy, oh boy. Getting close. Shots going into the wall are never good. Okay, that was a horrible passage of play. How am I gonna do this last bit of damage? You can cast one more implosion. No, you can't. No, you can't. Okay. I think he might be running away. I think he's running away. Well, we're getting hit as well. No, I'm gonna not load. I'm gonna save my game. I'm gonna cast Shared Life yet again. Now I'm gonna cast Power Cure. He's running away, but he still has a lot of health. So what and I think there are Medusas down there as well, so I can't just jump down and fight him that way. At least, I don't think. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go here. Are there other enemies down here? Not directly. So now now that I'm down here, I'm gonna save. And I'm just gonna hope and pray to the gods that this goes well. 3 damage is not a good start. Nope. Okay, I don't want anyone going down, because if you go down, you'll miss out on the experience. Alright, we just... Well, let's have everyone... I guess once you go into turn-based, it... Once you go into turn-based, it, goes into some different initiative order.
It's fixed.
And people that were ready when you were in real time suddenly are not ready anymore. 23 is good. Finally! Oh boy. Whew, okay. Now, had we not already gotten all of our artifacts and relics, this guy would be capable of dropping one of those. But as it stands right now, he gives us a longbow.
Ah.
And it isn't even a top tier longbow. Okay. Now, what I want to do, having done that, is I want to go back to the top. Let me cast Shared Life again. Let me cast Power Cure again. Let me cast Bless and Heroism. Because I think we're gonna have to fight our way back. Or are we? Well, one Medusa came to ruin our life. Let's try this again. Heroism, Shared Life. Cast one more cure. Alright. Alright. We are gonna be fine. That same Medusa has come out again. Oh no, again? Come on. At least this time I saved after I cast all my buffs. Maybe it's gonna be third time lucky. That went much better, and I think this is gonna be... Yeah, this is gonna take us, here, which I think takes us back to the, entrance, I was gonna say, but it doesn't look like it. What does the switch do? Okay, the switch opens up the door. And I'm gonna leave.
Let's get out of here.
And despite the fact that it costs a lot... Well, actually, no. There's a Temple of Ba right here. Temple of Ba right here. So for less gold than we'd get from looting a single enemy inside this area, we have now completely refreshed ourselves. We killed the dragon, we went in this area, whatever that is, and okay, we need to be mindful that there's this trap again, and also mindful that some trap system is built into the doorways, so that if you go through those, you will be taking damage. Has this trap stopped? Huh, it looks like the trap has stopped. Interesting. I wonder what triggered that. And let's see what's that inside these chests. I don't know if the previous two were trapped. Well, this one was not trapped, because if it was, Alexis would have acknowledged that. Alright, let's
Aha!
look at that. You can enchant that.
Oh!
You can just sell that.
Aha!
Sure, you can sell that. As you can see, I've already started becoming lazy in terms of what I'm picking up to sell. Are you anyone interesting? No, you are just a nameless peasant. And no doubt there are going to be Medusas in this area, so I'm just going to save. I'm going to look down. Because... Oh no, there isn't anyone. Oh no, there are Medusas, but... Excuse me, I'm gonna have to cut that out. But let me just save my game and move back. Medusas have come from this spot of the map. Let me just save the game again. Let me look down again so that we can get them in view. Hopefully we can get ourselves in a position where we can hit them, but they cannot hit us. And looks like we have indeed managed that. This Gorgon, by the way, the strongest variant of this enemy type. Okay. Took you down. And what has that done? It teleported us and spawned more enemies, it seems. Either spawned more enemies or activated enemies from a side room. I think those enemies might have been already there. Well, we'll find out if we go down a third time and more enemies show up. We'll know that they're being constantly spawned. But for now, we're just gonna take these guys down. Alright. Okay, it's not spawning enemies, but it is also preventing us from progressing further. But as we saw, there is another way to get around in this area, and that is through that spot where the dragon pit was. How does this teleporter work? Is it through the door, or is it in front of the door? Okay, we can't even really realistically loot that unless we cast telekinesis. Okay. And there's another corpse that I can't see. Okay. We're still saintly in our reputation. Not that it even matters anymore, because we've already gotten Master of Light Magic. Alright. We'll have to go through this rigmarole again. But this time, we're not fleeing. This time, we are intent on staying and fighting. Oh, okay, maybe not that intent. Maybe, you guys should chill out. Wow, you lasted a lot longer than I thought you would. Alright. Oh, whoa. Slow down, buddy. Slow down, madam. As you can see, Carnage doing good work by hitting multiple targets. Enchantress is now coming after us. Oh, Enchantress and a Gorgon. I will be amazed if we can get through this without at least once being turned to stone. But somehow we did it. Somehow we were able to pull it off. And I apologize, but the work with the power tools seems to have resumed. But I hope it's not too loud. Specifically, I hope that it's faint enough that it gets removed by the noise removal that I have on OBS. But there's a chance that it's audible in the background. Oh boy, okay. We need to collect ourselves. because a lot of people have shown up. Okay. Okay, another one down. Oh no, that's not good. Alright. Let's try this again. Let us try this again. Alright, now let's save. Think we're making good progress. But what are you? You are a very bad person for having done that. But let's see if we can take you down. And in the end, it wasn't that bad. Another peasant who came dangerously close to some of our exploding arrows. Okay. Maybe we can take these guys down without getting stoned. Turn to stone, you know what I meant. Alright. 7 PM? Are there more enemies? Okay, so now we've reached this part. Yeah, why are you walking right there? There. Okay. At least you're coming close to us. That's good. Alright, let's... The Enchantress is down. I'm being extra careful taking this enemy down because I don't want to accidentally fire off an exploding shot over there that then blows up and takes the peasant out. Oh my god, what is going on in this room? What is this? Okay, there aren't that many enemies, but it looked pretty daunting for a moment there. One enemy down. We're just gonna have to take these guys down one at a time. You know what the sad thing is that after this, I don't think there are any enemies or really any major dungeons with a lot of this kind of enemy type. So even when we buy Turn to Stone, or Stone to Flesh, rather, I don't think it would even be that useful to us. So we're probably never gonna actually see any proper use out of that spell in this game. I might deliberately come back here just to at least have to use that spell at least once. Okay, let's see what's going on now. There's a Gorgon, I know. I know for a fact there was a Gorgon because she was the one who prompted us to load our game by having turned somebody to stone. Okay. And 2 of you have shown up. Uh-oh, I think I might have hit the civilian. That's one thing I didn't want. Yeah, because see, all the dots turned red. That's what happens when you hit a civilian. Is that all the other civilians within a radius will just go hostile. Alright, so that was done. Now I'm gonna wait for Roderick to recover and gonna cast Shared Life. And I'm gonna cast Power Cure once, just to make sure we have a good amount of HP to distribute between us. Now there was a Gorgon there. who has now joined us. Alright, one enemy down. Okay. Okay. I think we're... Oh, no, we're not. I was gonna say, I think we're almost done with this area, but... There are, Are you guys stuck at the back? Is that what's happening? I think these people might be stuck because there might be a platform preventing them from... Oh, I got a bit too close. Uh-oh, and I hit a peasant in melee, which is pretty embarrassing. So I'm just gonna... Again, I killed them, and I kept my finger on the A button, and probably hit a peasant with an exploding arrow. I will be glad when this dungeon is done. I do like it for the most part, but the random civilians roaming around are a bit, of a nuisance. Okay, you are down. And who else was there? You. Please. I was gonna say go down gently, but you don't seem to be in a... Are you serious? Come on.
Yes, we got him.
Okay. With all of that done, you'll see we still have a
Okay.
yellow danger indicator. There is at least one enemy roaming around, and I know who that enemy is. And if you've played this game before, and if you've found all the secrets before, you also know who that enemy is. Now, we found Emmanuel Kravitz, the husband of, I think it was Joanna Kravitz. He seems to be doing well. And he asks us to get him back to his wife in Blackshire. We will do that, but before we do that, let's just look around,
Very
see what we find. Alright, we can sell that.
Ho!
We can sell this.
Ho!
We can sell this.
Aha!
Sure, we can sell that. What's inside here?
Ho!
We can sell that.
Very nice.
Sell this as well. Large piles of gold means large bonuses for our followers. But you know what? As far as I'm concerned, they are earning every penny. We aren't done with this dungeon. There is a secret door somewhere in here. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna see if I can remember where it is and how to find it. Oh, well that was easy. Now this is gonna be an interesting fight. We see... Well, we can't see him because he's gone off into a corner, but there's an enemy in here called Q. The spell he's casting is Finger of Death, which, if we fail whatever check it is, will instantly kill us. To help us, I'm gonna cast Day of Protection. And I think it's a check against our magic resistance, which isn't high. I need to give you a lot more points in dark magic. We'll do that at the end. Now, what might not be obvious is how many hit points this guy has. And I'm just gonna put this game on pause while I look this up. Because it is a ridiculous amount. Alright? Excuse me, my phone seems to be getting a bit slow. Let me just open up a... Open up my... Okay. Okay, come on. Just bear with me. It will be... Okay. Okay, any second now. Here we go. Temple of the Snake, enemy Q. Now, the model he has is of a peasant type that doesn't appear in the normal game. It would only appear if you did low-level arena combats. But he is far from a regular peasant. He has 16,000 hit points. And, yeah, that's not a typo. Like, there wasn't an extra 0 put in there. He really has that many hit points. Meaning, it's gonna take a while to take him down, and all the while he's gonna be casting Finger of Death at us. Trying to, take us down instantly. And what I'm hoping is happening right now is I'm hoping his projectiles are hitting the wall, which seems to be the case, and we are able to fight him in melee, which is the quickest way for us to deal damage to him. And as you can see, we've been bashing him for a while, barely scratched him. And I am not going to go into turn-based mode, because if I do, his movement patterns will change, and no doubt he'll get into a spot where he is actually able to hit us. I'm just gonna sit here and deal all 16,000 points of damage to him like this. I'm just gonna be saving periodically as well, just in case like he shifts or something happens and suddenly we're not safe anymore. But I think we're safe. I'm just gonna sit here for a while with my finger on the A key. I am not gonna do this off screen, because if you're playing this game and if you haven't done this before, it's important for you to have a true sense of exactly how long this fight will take if you come here at roughly this level of experience that I have. And I'll try to make small talk, you know, while this is going on, but I will rapidly run out of things to say. Like, remember earlier on when we were fighting the Gold Dragon, and how long it took to kill him once we'd run out of our spell points for high damage spells? Well, this is that, but just multiplied by a whole lot. And the first time I found this secret in the game, I'll be honest, I had no idea it existed. All I knew was that in the first times I cleared the Temple of the Snake, that even though I felt like I'd killed everything, the danger icon would never go from yellow to green. And what I had assumed was maybe there was a glitch and some enemy had been spawned out of bounds and I couldn't actually reach them. It wasn't until, you know, I'd beaten the game a few times and I started looking up secrets that I found out that this secret actually existed. And it blew my mind that this thing was there the whole time. And it's hard to find, like you gotta click on this spot of the map and get that door to open and then go inside and then see this thing. And if you've had arena fights, you're like, oh, it's just a regular peasant. You start fighting him and he kills you instantly and you see that you have done 0 damage to him. And then it starts to dawn on you just what exactly it is you stumbled upon. Yeah. Like, there is a point to killing him beyond just the fact that we found this secret, and beyond the fact that, you know, it's one of our objectives to full clear every area, and even if he gave us nothing, he would still be an enemy. And we would have to kill him at least once to full clear the zone he was in. But aside from all of that, you would expect that for a secret this elaborate, that there would be some upshot to it that's more than that. And you can see there's a couple of chests in this room. Those are cool too. But there is gonna be another reward to it besides that, besides the chests. And to see what that is, we are gonna have to kill him. We're getting there slowly, but surely. Ooh boy. Yeah, this has taken a while, but his health is now in the red. He is not far from his demise. I just wish we would be missing less often. We're hitting most of our shots, but frustratingly we miss, and every time we miss, that's a lot of damage we're missing out on, because we do a lot of damage when we connect. Okay, right now one reason we're missing is because our bless has run out. So I'm just gonna wait for that, and also heroism. But now we're still missing occasionally. He does also have a pretty high armor class, which is another thing that prolongs this fight, rather than, you know, in addition to him just having a lot of health, is that he is also not the easiest to hit. Yeah, we're making good progress, steadily whittling him down. And really, as far as I can tell you, the only feasible way to fight him is like this. Get him glitched somewhere where you can hit him, he can't hit you. Fighting him normally is just... I mean, you could do that if you want. You can play this game however you like, but I don't think you would enjoy it very much. If you were forced to fight something with this much health, and with this annoying an ability in proper combat, that would be a bit too much to expect out of someone. Okay. Any second now, Brozif. By the way, his name Q, I suspect it is a Star Trek reference, and if you've played the game, you'll know that there are other Star Trek references later on, but that's what I suspect it is, although Q was a character from the Next Generation. I don't know if he was in the original series. The other references are from the original series. So I'm gonna... Between episodes, one thing I'll do is I'll confirm whether this is indeed what I think it is, or if there's any information about that. But I consider it to be a Star Trek reference because I love Q. He was one of my favorite characters from the Next Generation. And now he's finally dead. Before we loot his corpse, I'm just gonna build up the anticipation. Let's look at what's in the chests. I opened the chest, and somehow Serena got knocked out. Let me just make sure you're not missing out on any experience. You're not. Right, now let me first demonstrate something. I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna cast Shared Life. You'll see Shared Life does not impact people who are currently unconscious. So instead, I'm gonna cast Healing Touch. And I guess you can cast Power Cure. And now I'll cast Shared Life. Save the game. Will this chest do that every time? No, just the first time. And this chest will kill 3 of our people. Or I guess it'll do enough damage that it kills you. Let me see if there's a way to do this, because... Okay. At least nobody died this time. So I'll take this. And I'll take that. I should be giving this to Zoltan, because he's the one who'll identify it. Ooh, oh, you have a lot of... spell points to regain, though. I guess while we're doing that, I'll even take these wands. And you can take the rest of them. Alright. Just another couple of... I'm gonna have to do this twice more. Healing Touch. Now you can cast Power Cure. Cast Power Cure once more. Alright, now. Sadly, this is broken,
Fixed.
but you fixed it. That's good. Now let's see what we found.
Very nice.
Town portal, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Ho!
Lloyd's Beacon, that's nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Stone to flesh. That is the most hilarious troll this game has pulled on us so far, giving us this spell
Okay.
right at the end of this dungeon. A pointless scroll that we picked up somewhere. Some wands to sell. I guess we can fit a couple more in if we do this. Can we fit this one in? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Alright, all the stuff is now where it should be. Let me even... No, let me cast this. Yeah, that's fine.
Aha!
That's fine. And okay, now I'm gonna finally stop putting it off. Finally, I will show you what we get. We found 51 gold. Not too impressive, and it went away pretty quickly, but it said, and an item, parentheses, horn. So if we found a horn. And the horn is this one. The Horn of Ross. This horn enables its owner to more acutely sense the wounds of his opponents. And what that is trying to tell us is that with this item, we are now able to tell exactly how much health an enemy has left. It'll give us a numerical amount rather than just a health bar, and rather than us having to guess. Okay, so that was done. Let's go back to Joanne, not Joanna, Joanne Kravitz. Let's tell her that her husband is back, and indeed, I think if we go back into the house, Emmanuel will be in the house. That's one thing I like about this game, is that the world is responsive in that way. It's 2:32 a.m. It shouldn't be too late to rest for the night. What I want to do is I want to go to New Sorpigal.
I think it's closed.
It is too late. Dang it. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just camp out in the open next to the fountain. And what I'm gonna do is, off screen, I'm gonna sell all of this stuff, and we'll close off the episode by finally looting those Paradise Valley chests, and then I will go back to Whitecap and do the rest of our training, alright? So I will see you in a bit. Taking things off pause briefly, because I don't think we even identified these wands, did we? No, I just picked them up. And I mean, I'm gonna sell them. I don't foresee keeping them. Shrapmetal, Distortion, Implosion, Shrinking, Death. I mean, fun spells to have on wands, but I am just gonna sell them. Alright, back on pause, right? I'll see you shortly. Alright, off pause, sold all our stuff. Gonna have to find a place. You know what? We don't need the Starburst scroll anymore, so I'll keep the Horn of Ross over here. And let's beacon back to Paradise Valley. Let's cast Fly. We have 3 chests to open. And you know what? I was gonna sell this, but you know what? Let's just cast it like a celebratory firework. And let's go up here. Let's open this chest. Remember, we're not looking for artifacts or relics anymore. However, I'm just trying to get up this hill. However, there are numbers of regular enchanted items that would be pretty useful for us. And of course, any...
Very nice.
This is one of the spells that Q was casting, by the way.
Very nice.
This is really good. I'm gonna give this to you. Finger of Death. Yeah, you're the only one who can learn this.
Yes.
Well, no, not to you, to you. Because what this will do is it will improve, it'll basically increase his skill. It'll act as a 150% multiplier for his skill in water magic. And the main reason I like that is because it means Lloyd's Beacon will now last much, much longer. And I'll show you that next time the time comes to refresh our beacons. Next chest is over here.
Got it.
Not too interesting, we just got good amounts of gold.
Ho! Ho!
I guess we can take this little dinky stuff to sell it. And the last chest was in the out of bounds area. Where am I on the map? Okay. I am close to the western edge. So this should not take long for us to get there. In fact, it should be visible shortly. Indeed it is. And last time we clicked on it, or last time we used telekinesis on it, it was not trapped. Let's see if that's still the case. Indeed, seems to be.
Very nice.
We got a pretty good sword. In fact, I think better than what you currently have. Although, we'll see. We'll see.
Very nice.
You can sell that as well.
Oh!
Sell that as well. Although we have more than 1.1 million gold, right? It's getting a little bit out of hand. Just how much gold we have. 6 to 15. And okay, yeah, that is a little bit better, isn't it? I mean, it's a better attack bonus. The damage is, yeah, like it's on balance better, and it looks kind of cool. Although we are going to be replacing it later on with a sword that looks more like this. So for that reason, I guess I'll keep that just to make sure your aesthetic remains consistent. We can just sell this one. Alright, the last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna we're gonna portal back to Whitecap. We're gonna get the rest of our levels. It's possible that we hit our cap at Whitecap.
Who needs training?
By the way, remember, we're at 26th of May, so if I save it, if I
Who needs training?
train once, we are now at the 6th of June, but we should still be at the 6th of June even if we train everyone as far as they can go, because that's how training sessions work in this game. So what we're gonna do now is,
Hey, way to back off.
okay, you've hit level 50 and possibly have even more levels to gain.
Hey, way to back off. Hey, way to back off.
Okay. Oh no, I messed up. I left before I was ready to.
Who needs Hey, way to back off.
Okay.
Hey, way to back off. Hey, way to back off.
Okay.
Hey, way to go.
That's a lot of skill points that we just got. And as you can see, despite the fact that we trained everyone a massive amount, we are still only at the 6th of June. And yes, a month has transitioned into another month. And it's happened a couple times, actually. We went from April to May, May to June. And I haven't been looking at bounties because, for reasons we'll see in the next video, any reputation we gain right now would be irrelevant. We hit our level cap, but we couldn't train beyond that because we still need a bit more experience. So that was timed rather well. Alright. So on that note, on this mountain of skill points that all of our characters are sitting on, I think I am gonna close off this episode at this point. When we come back, next time we are going to, well, we'll spend these skill points and see what we can do there. And having gotten Light Magic Master for Serena, we are gonna get Dark Magic Master for Zoltan. And again, those of you who've played the game and who know how this system works will know that we are gonna have to do some interesting things to be able to qualify for Dark Magic Master. So I am looking forward to that because it is gonna be ridiculous. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you'll join me for the next one. So until then, take care.